right. Mic check, mic check, mic check. All right. Hello, everybody, and thank you guys. Sorry for the hiatus. We were having some technical microphone difficulties. As they say, there's no such thing as a smart device.
Yeah.
So, welcome to episode 4 of the Extraordinary Man, the Visual Podcast. Today, I am your host, Philip Jones, Mike Jones, for those who know me by that name. Today, introducing our panel. First things first, we have Michael Merritt. Michael Merritt, introduce yourself.
What's going on, everybody? Episode 4. So I'm pretty much going to be repeating the same things for a while until we get acquainted with the world and everybody. Just you can tell us who we are. But again, I run an IT contract fulfillment company called Nerdy Nerds. Right now, we are working on a project with Portillo's. That's a real big project. We had to put everything on pause because unlike Jones over there soaking up the sun, we're getting snowed out over here. So we had to put that on pause and we'll pick it back up in the new year. We also have our website up and running, Nerdy Shirty. So make sure that you go over there, grab you a shirt. That's SHRTY, Nerdy Shirty.
What up? What up? I'm Kadeem Bourne. I'm an artist, entrepreneur. I run a trucking company. I run a photo studio, and I also run a custom embroidery and apparel business. All things creative, Shout out, let me show you how the shirt. This is a shirt that I designed for the podcast. Shirts will be available shortly. But yeah, Kadeem Bourne. You can catch me on KadeemBourne.com, Kadeem Bourne in Google.
Mm-hmm.
Everything come up on Google. Just type me in.
Showing the snapback.
We gotta show the snapback too. 3D puff print.
Yes, sir. Those will be available soon.
Yes, indeed.
All right. So, last but not least, Marvin, introduce yourself.
I don't think he can hear us. He's turning sideways too.
Hey, Marvin, you're sideways and your audio is not clear.
You're upside down
now. Are you right side up? Now we just can't hear you. So first things first, let's just go ahead and get right to the meat and potatoes.
Yeah.
If you guys are tuning in for the very first time, we are going to ask you all to subscribe to the YouTube channel. No such thing as a shameless plug because there's no shame in what we're building. So all I can ask you guys to do is that if you're not subscribed already, I'm going to ask you guys to please use the link below and subscribe to the channel. Also, if you like anything that you see from any of the members that are here, you want to know more about any of the members that are here, please feel free to reach out, support what we have going on, because like most people, we are all individuals on the rise who are putting things together that are trying to create a better version of ourselves, as well as add on to create better versions of one another. So please feel free to visit any one of our websites, get a chance to get to know us personally and professionally. Your patronage, your time, your eyes are very well important to all of us. All right, so Mark, we got the audio together? Still can't hear you. Hey Marvin, we still can't hear you.
And just move on.
All right. So, needless to say, while we get those technical difficulties together, one thing that we wanted to discuss specifically for this week, and I'm going to open this up to anybody who is available, the concept of goals. One of the most important things that I think that a man will have to deal with is holding himself accountable to the things that he says out of his mouth. So when he says that he's going to achieve something, a lot of times how his friends, how his peers view him, how his woman views him, how society views him is by how many check marks he ticks off from the things that he says out of his own mouth. First and foremost, when it comes down to goals, how many people on average, just by giving a percentage, do you know that say things and actually achieve the things that they say they're going to do?
50 to 75%.
What about you, Mike?
I think the number is real low. I would say only maybe 10 to 20% of people that say what they're going to do actually achieve what they said they're going to do.
So now, the metrics that you guys mentioned are skewed. What do you think that aids to those numbers? So, Kadeem, your number was higher. So, what I would like to know is from your own experience or from your own relationships that you have or the men that you know, what do you think is the reason why the percentage is so much higher on your end of men who actually get things done that they say they're going to do?
I just think it's the people that I have the luxury of knowing. You know, if I was referencing the general public, I'm sure that number would be low. But a lot of people that I know, that's what they be on. They said they're gonna do something and they do it. So, and that's that's not 100%. It's like 50 to 75%. Damn, what's that? That's me.
Hold on.
There you go. It stopped.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah,
We don't see you though. There we go.
All right, you can hear me now.
Yes.
All right. What I was thinking.
All right, so why don't you go ahead and take this time to introduce yourself, Mark?
Okay, Marvin Holman, Director of Business Services, Community Assistance Programs, also CEO and founder of Excellence Enterprises Incorporated. Entrepreneur, yeah, change agent, out to change people's lives, one person at a time, or a lot of people at the same. There you go. So, can I give my percentage on how many people I think do what they say they're gonna do?
Absolutely. Go ahead.
People in our lives that do what they say they're gonna do, or people in general?
Well, I can't speak on people in general because I don't know people in general.
Okay. People in general would be okay. I don't think that vast majority of people don't do anything they say they're gonna do. Most times they're lying when they say stuff. Most people just be nonsense. So I would say out of people that I know, maybe 4%, and out of the circle, all of them, they are that 3-4%. So yeah, that's what I would say.
So, Mike, why do you think that your percentage is what it is based on the metric that you gave?
10 to 20%.
Yeah.
Because in my life and line of work, I deal with a lot of uh other entrepreneurs or other business owners and things of that nature. And I also deal with the contract fulfillment world as well. So there's a lot of hey, I have this job that might be taking place. Month go by, 2 months go by, 3 months go by, and things of that nature. You also have to deal with a lot of individuals uh, that you put on the job, and just like any boss, that they talking good game. They resume is fuzzed a little bit until it's time to put them on that field and see what they can do for real. Uh, and I also think that just a lot of people that have dreams and goals and ambitions in general, wanting to be uh, wanting to be an astronaut, but and this is a personal experience. I don't want to say the person name, but it's a personal experience. You want to be an astronaut, but you're drunk, so that automatically takes you out of the running to want to be that. So a lot of people just cap and don't live in reality. It's real delusional out here.
Quick little interjection, Mike. To share the link, I could just share the studio restream link, like straight to my Facebook page.
Well, the restream link is specifically for the people that are coming up.
Okay.
So as far as concerned, the link that drops to YouTube, Facebook, those links you can share for people that are just going to be tuning in. So if they're going to watch it on the YouTube live, or they're going to watch it on.
What about right now? Like people to watch it now.
All right, give me 1 second. I will get that for you.
All right.
Shout out to my daughter Aaliyah. She was on the news this morning.
Yeah, did you record that? Because I had to bail out. I wasn't able to watch it.
I'm gonna send it to all y'all. She won the art competition at Balmoral Elementary, so they put her art as the winter sketch on the news. This pretty dope.
That's dope.
All right, so I posted the YouTube link for anybody who. Well, first and foremost, let me stop that. Congratulations to your daughter. That's excellent. So let me not glance over that at all. So hopefully I get a chance to see a clip. Us Floridians don't get to see those type of news joints down here, unless it's on WGN.
WGN, what's that?
You wouldn't understand.
Yeah.
Chicago?
You in Florida, right? You in Florida, right? Yeah. You wouldn't understand.
That's a Chi-Town thing, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's the only syndicated Chicago news network that's out. So
yeah.
Anyway, so absolutely, congratulations to Leo on that, brother.
Yeah, thanks. Congrats.
So now let's look at it from this point of view.
Trying to share this link out.
It's a Chicago thing. Yeah, it's a Chicago thing. Apparently not in gun violence, but
yeah.
So let me ask y'all this. For yourself, it's the end of the year. It's 2022. We're pretty much at the close out of the year. So if you're looking at the overall from the year that you've created for yourself, I want you to ask yourself, based on what you discussed early on in the year to where you are currently, I want to know from you approximately how much of what you said you were going to do did you get off the ground? Not that you started and stopped, or not that you contemplated doing, but how much stuff did you say when you made your little list of things that you were going to accomplish in 2022? How much of it is active right now? Just a percentage. Let's start with you, Kadeem.
Shit, all of it. Yeah, a lot of things that I didn't say I was gonna do has happened as well too. But yeah, a lot of things has happened that I wanted to happen or got started. So maybe obviously 25% of the things that I wanted to do I didn't accomplish, but I'm moving in that direction. So 75 to a good 80% of what I said I wanted to do, I got done.
Well, let me be clear, because some goals have to be predicated on other things that have to happen first. So, for instance, it's like school. You look at school. Obviously, you want to be in a certain career path. There's certain things that you have to do. Like there's certain certifications that you might need, or certain training that you might need, certain things that may have to happen prior to. So it may not be just a jump in and jump out. So as far as the steps toward those long-term goals, are they in motion? So that counts too, if that's more clear.
Yeah. I said 100%.
What about you, Marvin?
I would say got acclimated in the house, check. Moved in, opened up a new office, got it going full throttle, check. Brought Moment with Santa back, check. Only one thing really went away, and it not that I haven't accomplished it, it started. So really, I'll say as far as accomplishing, I would say 100% of what I set out to get done, I got done. I'm just mad because after I got that done, I set more goals that I was gonna try to do for the end of the year, and I'm in the process of finishing a few of those things up. So I would say that.
Mike, how about you?
A couple L's this year, but
Hey, look, you got to actually get off the ground and try something to catch an L. So comes along with it. So Mike, what about you?
Yeah, right along with Marvin. Along the way, new goals were set to try to, get off the ground and accomplish and get them moving. But definitely, I've accomplished networking more. That was a goal that we talked about last year on Clubhouse. There was a few other things that we talked about on Clubhouse that I definitely have pretty much soared through. More business relationships, networking, things of that nature. A big contract, got that, and things of that nature. So yeah, there were a lot of tick marks that I hit. The major one, not saying that the other ones weren't major, but a big one that I also discussed was that I wanted the ability to write me, you, and Marvin $1 million check. Have not hit that goal yet, so that goal is still in motion.
I cannot wait to receive my $1 million check. By the way, to let you know,
Working on it.
I'm working on receiving it as well.
and it was been recorded. We all heard it.
This is live.
We heard this live.
Yeah.
At 7:35 p.m.
Remember, that was a goal. The goal has to be reached. So I have between now until the casket to make it happen.
That means once I know you got $50 million and that you can afford to write them checks, I can be like, hey, man, whatever happened on...
Remember episode 4, right?
Episode 4 when you said that, you know what I'm saying? Yep.
I'll take half the ticket.
Well, technically, he can write the check anytime. It's just that you may not want to go cash it right away. Post dated.
Right.
Couple years.
2050.
All right, so that's good. I'm glad to hear that you guys are hitting those benchmarks and getting those things done. I want to know something from the people that you guys know that are not hitting those benchmarks. I want to see if there are common traits that are evident amongst people who do not tend to hit those things. And again, just going solely off of the people that you know, because anybody that's in the audience that's listening, I want to know if they can identify traits or things that are consistent amongst people who are not hitting those goals constantly. So if you could think about somebody, just anybody randomly on your head, what are some of those things that you noticed about the people that you do know that are not hitting those marks, or that are constantly saying what they will do and not getting things accomplished as they say they would, what are some of the traits that you've noticed? And what I would like to do is, if we could avoid the, oh, well, I agree with so and so, I'm sure that there's a list of things that we can all indicate that say, hey, you know what? I also noticed this about people who are not hitting those marks and not hitting those benchmarks, of people who say they're going to do something but do another. So, Marvin, let's start with you on that. Give me like 2 traits that you notice about people who are not getting things done the way that they say they are.
Hold up, Mr. Hostman. You ain't answer you ain't say what if you could accomplish, your goals.
Yeah, you skipped yourself.
Yeah, I was just gonna.
Mr. Hostman.
I agree.
I'm just saying before we move on, Mr. Hostman.
Okay. All right. So since I'm getting put under the gun, as far as the things that I set out to accomplish, I accomplished about 80% of what I wanted. Only thing that I didn't finish yet, which is in motion, is graduation. So I wanted to graduate this year. It's just with the amount of work hours that I do and with the amount of schooling, it's just not possible for me to take the amount of classes I could to rush through it or to hurry up and finish it up. But I'm almost done. It's still in motion. So the ball is still in play. I just didn't reach that goal of finalizing everything by the end of this year.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think that I've done pretty well. Now, as far as everything else, the longer term goals, everything is all in play. Everything is all in place. So as far as that 6-figure mark that I said I wanted to hit by the end of the year, Midas, did I hit it?
Yes, sir. Actually, overshot it.
When we sat down and we did the math, I finally, for the first time in my life, hit 6 figures in income. Now, the next goal, like I said, by the end of this year, that I wanted to see what it felt like to hit 6 figures. It's a good feeling, but it also gave me a real good understanding of the fact that you can make 6 figures and it really ain't as much money as you think it is. So now what I'm looking at is, how do I make what I made and work a quarter less hours than I worked? So let's just say that I worked an average of 60 hours a week per year for this last year. The goal is to make this for 40 hours. 45 maybe. But I don't want to do what I had to do for the exchange of time and dollars. So that's why the school thing is in play. That's why certain ventures are in play. But other than that, every single thing is in play as it's supposed to be.
Shout out to that.
So now that I had to snitch on myself.
Yeah, congrats on that. I wish I could make shit like pop up on the screen and all that. Like,
as soon as I'm able to figure out the technological portions of the software, or just find a better software to where you guys can be more engaged, I promise you, I'll let you guys throw all types of graffiti and confetti and stuff all over the screen and y'all choose.
Sound effects, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, soon coming. So Marvin, those traits of people who are unable to get things done as they say they will, please chime in directly on what you notice. I just need 2 specific things that are most common that you notice in people who don't get things done.
They're always looking for an easier way. They never commit to anything. If you notice, that's all around through their whole life. They never commit to anything. They always come to you, yeah, I'm finna be a truck driver. Yeah, did you finish truck driving school? No, I was halfway there. And I was like, fuck, I'm finna be a security guard. Oh, yeah, you got your security stuff? Yeah, I got it, but it was a 3-day course. But, man, I just found out Amazon was paying this. I'm finna be a factory worker. You see what I'm saying? They bounce profession to profession to profession. They never can be stable enough to build anything because they have a lack of commitment to any craft. They're not selecting one thing. It's not like they're job jumping while they're working on entrepreneurial stuff. They're just job jumping, and they got a new dream every other day. So there's a lack of commitment. That's one thing that I noticed. They never trust the process. They never get to the end of any process because they can't commit to it. Then the other thing about them is they're very argumentative. They never want to hear shit, and you can't tell them nothing. They know everything. They know every fucking thing. And I mean, you be like, yeah, you know, you don't have to do that way. You can do, yeah, I know. I've been doing this for a long time. I know how to, oh, okay. You know, that guy. Or, you know, you can also spot them when you be like, yo, I just came from Jamaica and it was beautiful. And they'd be like, yeah, well, I was in Hawaii and it was way better. You know, or they'd be like, yeah, or you know, don't nobody care. I wasn't there. It wasn't me. I don't care what you did. What you bragging for? That guy.
Oh,
They never get shit done because they're too busy trying to find a way to one up the system and one up the process that they never complete anything. They're very complacent. But we need those guys. Otherwise, we wouldn't have any factory workers or anything. So that's my two things. Lack of commitment to finishing anything, and they drink a lot of haterade. They hate on everything you fucking do. They always that dude who, you know, he can't stand it. He has to say something negative. You can't just be cool. Oh man, glad you graduated. Yeah, you should have did that a long time ago. I could have been did that. I just didn't do it yet. That guy right there. Every time step up, they gotta try to bring you a step down. They come in many shapes, forms, and sizes.
So Midas, let me get your two.
I would say one would be lack of wanting to learn anything, gain any knowledge, expand their knowledge on anything, get their hands dirty to try to figure things out or whatever. They just lack the ambition to just learn at anything. And another one, smoking, drinking, I guess. Lack of wanting to learn anything, do anything, smoking, drinking. Lazy.
So I'll limit that to vices.
Yeah.
Kadeem, what will be your two?
Lack of discipline. So I guess that would tie into lack of commitment as well. But you know, lack of discipline and a lack of realistic goals. They goals are too big, and they wind up just falling flat instead of setting smaller goals and attacking those. So those are my two things. Lack of commitment, lack of discipline, and I would say, I guess, colossal dreamer.
So a colossal griever?
Dreamer.
He's talking about that dude who want to be a doctor but don't have a high school diploma.
Right,
guy.
yeah, that guy. Yeah.
He
wants to be a mechanic but don't even have a license, that guy.
Old toolbox.
He want to be a fighter and ain't got no arms, you know.
So let me ask y'all this, because after I look at y'all list, it's like this is a really good list of things. And honestly, I couldn't argue with any one of these because at some point in time in my life, I had to say that I embodied every last one of these things.
Touche.
Now, the question that I would have to follow up is, if you notice these things in people, how many times have you tried to convince these people that they could be more than what they were, and how often was your success rate in turnover?
All the time. I was just talking with Marvin. If it wasn't yesterday, it was the other day, about a particular individual, about, listen, man, you gotta, you go into court for alcohol and you drunk right now, and you gone off the same thing that you gotta go to court for. Like, when does it click? Like, when is enough enough? So, I kind of, tried to have that. Well, I did have that conversation, with this individual, to try to get them to realize, because a lot of people, they really are oblivious to the situation that they got going on. Just like a chain smoker don't know that they a chain smoker. And I had to talk to one of my contractors, hey, you do realize this is like your fourth cigarette in like 20 minutes, right? You do know that, right? Are you aware that you a chain smoker? And they was like, no, I had no idea, man. I just hit them. You know what I'm saying? 8-hour shift, whole pack gone. So, I try to talk to multiple individuals. Now, as far as success rate, man, people gonna do what they do, and people gonna live how they live. But, I just hope maybe later, that they'll finally, get what's being given to them, or they understand what's being said to them. So
I would say literally every day, all day, because it's my job is it, you know me, then I run an employment and training program in the hardest to serve areas of Chicago. So of course I get my know it.
I'm sorry. Any way you can hold the camera still?
I'm trying to figure that out, sir, right now. Okay, there we go. It's our job to find people jobs who always thought that they was above the law to do something different than work. It's always somebody who has a better way. It's always these people who job jump consistently. And we actually have an entire curriculum that we teach as far as getting a job and sustaining a job. Because if you know about nonprofit work, uh, like getting people jobs doesn't count unless they keep the job. They have to keep it for so long. So if we can't teach them what we call job retention, then it means nothing to us. So we encounter these people that have all these ideas and everything, and I encounter them on other levels. Being in there, I meet with at least 100 people a week, shake my hand and go, "Oh yeah, we about to do this. We're gonna work. I need to get with you. We're gonna get together." Some people even have whole meetings. We sit down and plan everything out. No, nothing shake, because they're not shakers. They're just movers. They can move the room, they can walk around, they can talk, they can do all that, but when it comes to that action, actually doing it, they ain't got that part. You know what I mean? And so I'm weeding through that jungle on a day-to-day basis. Definitely.
What about you, Kadeem?
I give my input and advice to people that are receptive to it. I've learned that most individuals are who they are, and it takes more energy to try to convince someone who they are not. Like, they're just not that person. Not everyone is different. So anyone who's receptive to the information I have to give, or input, I give it. But other than that, I don't overstep, and I just keep my comments to myself. In most cases, I've learned that the hard way, just from trying to be that person that wants to help everybody, and some people just don't want to be helped. They don't. Or maybe I'm not the person to give them that message. Maybe I'm not their messenger, and that's okay sometimes too.
The reason this question came up is because I was reminded of a period of time to where I thought it was my responsibility to save everybody that I knew. I thought I had all the answers. And I realized that I was crippling a lot of people because I made it very comfortable to come to me to try to solve problems that they should have been going to a mentor for, that they should have been going back to school for, that they should have been going to seek counseling for, that they should have been doing an array of other things outside of me giving away time in exchange for, I guess you could say, really nothing. Just a lot of empty conversation. And number two, I thought about time and place where advice is given. I thought about what I consider to be wasted time and what I consider to be productive time. Anybody who ever tried to get promoted at some job that I was working at that I had a proficiency in, all those people got promoted. Anybody who was asking me for anything as far as perspective on life, none of those people took that advice. And I noticed that there was a difference. And the difference was that people who were actively searching for something tangible that could get information that they could directly apply were able to use it. And they applied it and they succeeded and they ran with it. And people who were asking things that were vague and perspective based, they're still where they are now. I'm just no longer in that picture. That makes sense. So one of the things that I wanted to help understand, or one of the things that I wanted to share light on, that I really want to gain some level of understanding on is, what is a goal? Just off your head. Don't Google it. Don't look it up. What is a goal?
A goal is a marker or a particular
An objective.
that you set out to do or to accomplish by a said date or said time.
A goal to me is an objective. Pretty much everything you just said summed up into one word. It's an objective. Something you're setting out to do, a standard that you're setting to accomplish.
Midas, what's the goal?
I think a goal is a set of, or is an itinerary of different smaller segments or pieces of a puzzle to reach a particular milestone.
All right, y'all know I like playing with real words, so let's go ahead and take a look and see what the actual definition of a goal is.
I just have to clean the camera. Look at that.
Can you guys see this?
Yeah, it's small, but yeah.
So we're going to bypass number one because that's talking about like a goal as far as sports is concerned. So number two states the object of a person's ambition or effort, an aim or a desired result. Pretty simple, right?
Yep.
Pretty self-explanatory. So if it's simple, that is just a desired result. That's it. It's a person's ambition. So whatever you say that you're going to do and you actually get it done, that's cut and dry on what a goal is. Why is that so hard for people to wrap their minds around?
Too much distraction.
I don't think it's a hard concept for people to wrap their mind around. I just think that they're not, or maybe just oblivious to it. Because, example, if this crackhead over here is definitely determined to go get that, well, then he know that he needs to probably go do something over here and here, and then trade that for that, or flip that for that to go get that. Fill in the blanks. But the goal at the end of it was to go get that. So people are set, they go out on missions all the time and may not know it's a mission, but yeah, that's what it is. You're trying to get something, you're trying to achieve something.
So, do you think that? Actually, Marvin, you want to chime in?
Yeah. Nah, man. I mean, goals and objectives. Every result. That is. I mean, I really don't see where you need me to go.
Sorry, some of that broke up. I wasn't able to catch it all.
Nah, that bro. You this pretty. I'm trying to see where we go with it.
You're breaking up real bad.
Yeah, I don't know if you went someplace that has a. Okay. And then there were 3. So now, let's look up another term, if y'all don't mind. So it says a product of a man's ambition. So what does ambition mean? Across the room.
Ambition is the drive and desire. Ambition is lighting that fire up under you to get going.
Ambition is. Damn, I don't know what I can add to that. Pretty much hit it on the nail.
Marvin, ambition definition.
I would say ambition is your drive behind completing your goals. How much do you want this? How many are you willing to discipline yourself? That's all ambition to get yourself. It's just a whole lot of things. As far as I'm concerned. Oh, works. All right. We're live. So that's what I would say as far as ambition, where that would stand and how I will relate to goals. Because you need ambition, to have the drive to want to accomplish these goals. To me, somebody saying I want to be all right, that can be the desired outcome, but there's no ambition behind that.
So let's go into the definition. Let's have a look and see what it shows us. According to the dictionary, a strong desire to do or to achieve something, typically requiring determination and hard work. Second definition, a desire and determination to achieve success. Synonyms of ambition would be aspiration, intention, goal would be a synonym, aim, objective, purpose, drive, determination, desire, enterprise, initiation, or eagerness. When you look at these 2 terms that we came up with, goals and ambition, how do these things tie directly into what you noticed about yourself when you desire to get something done? Is that a clear question, or should I spin the block on that?
Want to elaborate a little more?
Okay. So you have a goal that you're trying to accomplish. And you set out to get that goal accomplished. Obviously, that's the ambition. So I can see it and I put forth the effort to accomplish it. What do you think is one of the most important things that you would have to do in order to reach a milestone? Or what's one of the most important things that you've learned that you have to do in order to reach a milestone?
I think
Discipline.
that
Stay focused.
Discipline.
Go ahead, Midas.
All right, everybody was kind of jumped out at the same time.
yeah, because everybody got a really great answer.
Yeah, it sounded like it, but I want to make sure that it's clear. Marvin, let's start with you.
Okay. Discipline. You must have, can't do what you want to do all the time. You have to know that abilities, and they have to prioritize. Discipline to prioritize properly. You're not going to accomplish anything just work up a little bit, splurge, spin, do this, do that. That millionaire dream should never be a millionaire because you're too busy. You're not focused enough to own to and build. You're just moving around. So I would say this discipline and the willingness to suffer. The willingness to suffer what you want and need.
Kadeem, what's your thought?
Well, I guess I can add to that. I would say prioritizing your time and your wants and your needs, which also ties into discipline because you have to know what is a now thing that you want or need, and you have to be able to separate those things because a lot of things are going to have to take the back seat in order to achieve some goals. Like that's just what it is. So the prioritizing of everything, of things, time, I think is very important.
So, in a nutshell, the foregoing the instant gratification.
Yes, sir.
Mike, what about you?
Yeah, delayed gratification is definitely a big one. Because what's going to happen is um, you're looking for immediate responses, immediate success from whatever it is that you're doing, and because you're not receiving the results that you're looking for, you're going to get burnt out from it, or you're going to lose interest in it and things of that nature. So that's a really good one. I guess Marvin and Kadeem came up with that one. Another one is uh, the classic "You don't know what you don't know." So I think that on this journey of trying to achieve or this great ambitious goal that you have, that you need to learn what is necessary for you to obtain that particular goal that you're trying to achieve. So I say you need to, I keep spinning the block back. You need to learn. You need to be willing to learn and then soak up what it is that you learn and then act on what you have learned, because uh, a lot of people are analysis paralysis. You gain the knowledge, gain the knowledge, gain the knowledge, gain the knowledge, learn, and then you do absolutely nothing with it. So knowledge, it's not power; it's potential power. It's the movement gives it power.
I like that a lot. I like that a lot. So we're gonna. Well, I'll add one in there. Fine. I think that to tie into your knowledge, discipline, decisiveness, perseverance, and resources.
And resources. Yeah.
Hi, Shakita. I don't know if you guys know Shakita, man, but she's one of the hardest working women that I know, man.
Hey, Shakita.
Midas, you and Marvin, y'all should know Shakita.
Yeah, from high school. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up, lady?
Yo.
So I want you to look at this from perspective. And I'm going to say this, and I know it's the bane of Mike's existence, was the thing called time management.
Ain't no such thing as time management.
Hey, you had the floor. It's my turn. Time management. Time is the most important resource that you have because it's the only one that is not renewable. I can blow every dime that I have and I can make more money.
Yep.
What I can never redo and remake is time. The time that you spend with your kids, they only going to be one time. You got 365.25 days of them being 2, 365.25 days of them being 3, whatever have you. You will never get an opportunity to redo what you didn't do in said period of time. I'm 36, finishing a degree. One of the biggest things, and again, the analysis paralysis, is getting past that hurdle of thinking like, man, I'm too old to be going back to school. I'm too busy. I got a real life. I have kids to take care of. I got a full-time job, and trying to wrap your mind around the fact that it's like you are still limiting your earning potential because you have not maximized on your education.
Mm-hmm.
Then it comes to when there's an education, being able to have enough life experience to know in what arenas you can apply that education. So boom, I could show you a host of people who went to school right after high school, got degrees, whatever have you, and they do nothing in the field that they went to school for, nothing in their field of study. I can show you a plethora of people who went back to school to do something else. And now they have 80, 90, $100,000+ of student loan debt because people were not groomed into stuff because there was no family expectations or whatever have you. I mean, sometimes people just want to deviate away from what the family expectation is. And then you also have the fact that people's minds are immature. We don't all mature at the same place. So being this age, achieving a degree, I have very clear understanding of what I'm good at. I've been out here long. I've been out of school almost 20 years. I know what I'm good at. I've also been in enough situations to know what I'm not good at. I'm also in a situation to know what I'm willing to do and what I'm not willing to do. I know when I'm my most ambitious and I know when I'm absolutely not interested. So when we talk about time management, one of the biggest wastes of time that you have is not investing enough into yourself to learn who you are, what you subscribe to. Because when you treat life like a buffet, a little bit of this, little bit of this, little bit of this, that's where you get those results from. So that person that you mentioned earlier, that I'm going to drive trucks. Now that I got into the class, I already think about, I go do security. Oh, but security is so boring and the earning potential is, I'm going to go over here and go work in the factory. You have no idea who you are. You have no idea what you are. So you're willing to do anything and everything under the sun because your life is a buffet. I want everything, but I have no clear goal, no clear ambition, no clear desire to get anywhere. Just all roads lead to success, baby. But you never actually get in the car. So we are. Go ahead.
Real quick, Mike, I wanted to
Sure.
spin a block on
Go ahead.
that whole thought process of I'm too old to do this, and I hope what I'm about to say will resonate with people that have that thought in their mind that they're too old to do this, or I'm out of the game and all this other stuff. So when I was in college, and I took a business math class, there was a guy in there, sat 2 seats down from me, and he was 77 years old, still trying to complete his degree. So I don't want to ever hear that I'm too old to do something when there's a 77-year-old in the same class as me, still trying to get things done and accomplished. Another piece of little information that I want to drop is Colonel Sanders. I don't want to get into the semantics behind him, but at the end of the day, KFC didn't become KFC and blow big until he was 66. You never stop grinding, and you never stop doing what it is that you're trying to do. Get it done. If it takes until you're 66, did it take until you're 66? Keep pushing and keep moving and keep doing what it is that you're trying to do to get the goal accomplished.
I agree with that wholeheartedly. And that's why I'm in the situation I'm in. There's nothing worse I won't even just say as a man, there's nothing worse than getting to a place to where you feel like you are limited in options. Like I tell you guys, I love access. I love knowing that I have the opportunity to get what it is that I want. And one thing that I hate feeling is that I have to endure certain things that I feel uncomfortable with, or I have to allow certain circumstances to go on out of fear of being able to support myself. That's the worst feeling in the world, of somebody talking to you or telling you certain things, and your manhood is being tested in these environments. See how my hands all balled up? It's like there's nothing worse. Hold on, Kadeem. You remember when the manager at Lee Vista, the day he called you to help?
Yeah, thanks.
That was the straw that broke the camel's back right there.
Yeah, that was it.
You got for those who don't know, me and Kadeem, we used to work together years ago, and that's how we met each other. And just obviously a relationship formed out of that. But one day, the manager called him to help, and it set something off in him that you could just look in his face until he was done. That was it. I don't think he ever worked a 9-to-5 job again since.
Well, I did work at Delta. I enjoyed Delta.
Yeah, but there was a method to the madness behind that. But I guess terms, yeah, you're right. But it afforded you a luxury. Say there's a reason why your windshield is bigger than your rear view mirror. Agreed. Also remember, even if you fall on your face, you're still moving forward. Keep moving forward.
Dropping gems.
To add to that analogy, you have to be moving to fall. You can't fall into it. All right. So outside of showing off my amazing hairline, since we're trying to condense these things down to an hour. People have children and other things that they need to cater to. As the extraordinary men, we also have extraordinary lives and people that we are accountable for. So I want to use this last couple of minutes in this last segment. I want you guys to say something, not necessarily powerful. Actually, you know what? Scrap that. I want you guys to mention a book, a mentor, somebody that you would want somebody in the audience to look up, that their philosophies opened up your eyes and changed your life. Mike, let's start with you.
Man, I brag about this book, and I know that the book has a lot of controversy around it, but I promise you, this is the book that actually jump-started kind of like me really starting to dig deep and understand wealth and finances. And it's not even a finance book. It's a psychology book, which is Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And all of his books that he has within that franchise. But his very first one, the OG, definitely get that book and read it and understand what it is this man is trying to say to you.
Kadeem?
I don't have a book, but off the top of my head, but I do.
It could be a book, a person.
I'm really into the teachings of Sadhguru. He's a yogi, and he deals in a lot of just mindfulness.
Speak up a little bit. It's hard to hear you.
Sadhguru. He's a yogi. I listen to a lot of his teachings and a lot of his stuff about just mindfulness and just being aware of yourself as a person. So it's not really I wouldn't say a finance thing. It's more or less tapping into who you are and being aware of your thoughts and the things that you are attracting and how you're presenting yourself and just doing your mental and psychological checks, just being way more aware of your inner being. So Sadhguru is definitely a person I would say to do a little research on YouTube. Definitely, he has books too as well. So
Marvin.
Honestly, I would say the laws of attraction and how to control energy and thought vibrations will change your life. Story how they got rich and everybody got all of this extraness, but in all actuality, it's all about the universe. What you putting out, what you getting back, how much work you putting in, and what you're trying to build. And that laws of attraction, that in the sociology and psychology classes I took in college, to really learn why people think the way they do, and I've been able to predict. I've always played chess, game that really changed my life. And in chess, you try to think 5 moves ahead, what someone is gonna do, and what the cause and effects of step. And between the laws of affection and learning to control energy and things of that nature, and disciplining yourself to be able to think things into existence, your negative thoughts to the point where they don't affect your life is a big deal. If you can really make this some serious stuff. Then I would also, the psychology and doing the experiments, like stepping out of the norm, learning all of these different ways, learn your human psychology to know when somebody knows they're wrong, but they're because they don't want to lose, and being able to identify different things. Those would be big games. Definitely say the laws of attraction.
I actually have a way bigger list of books that I've actually read multiple times. Got a big catalog. So if anybody's interested in me posting my list of books to read, hit me up in the Extraordinary Men group and just post, hey, I want the list, and I will post the list.
So these books that are behind me are not just props for the podcast. They're things that I actually read, and it's a vast array of different titles.
Well,
one, change the culture, change the game. Write that down.
Mm-hmm.
Change the culture, change
Change
the
the
game.
culture. I'm looking that up right now. Change.
If anybody that's viewing in on what it is that we're doing, pen and paper constantly. I'm always taking notes. If I have to rely on my memory, we're all dead. So, I don't know if anybody is familiar with this author, Thomas Sowell. This book right here was the game changer for me. This was the moment that I realized that everything that I thought that I knew was a lie. Basic Economics. It's a nice, swole book. Talks a lot about the history of economics the world over. Tries to help you understand conceptually what we are looking at as far as socialism, why it did not work. When it helps you understand the reason why capitalism has the flaws that it has. But when it helps you understand why capitalism is to date the best system that we have, but it has to constantly modernize and constantly tweak itself in order to make it a viable system. Regardless of any of these things, when you understand money, and you understand the flow of the money, you understand the psychology behind the economy, why it works, why it moves, why we're able to put a price on certain things, it changes your perspective about what you do every day. And me being somebody who is involved in just the moving of physical items, it helps me to understand one of the most important things that I can ever relate to any other human being. Money cannot be your God. What you do with it makes the difference. What you do with the resources either build or destroy communities. Your love and desire for money can either build or destroy a society. And we've seen it happen over and over and over again. The pursuit of power is obtained through money. What people find valuable.
In Helens of Troy.
I mean, we have countless examples. But anyway, guys, we are an hour and 7 in. If you guys have any closeout commentary that you would like to make, now is the time. First and foremost, thank you to all of the viewers who consistently come back and tune in with us, who chime with us, any new viewers who chimed in with us. We definitely appreciate you guys taking time out to come and listen to us have this conversation. This is episode 4. There'll be many more episodes to come every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 o'clock Eastern, and whatever other time zone that you're in, it's in your time zone at the same time, which is the equivalent of wherever you are. So let's go ahead and let's close this thing out. Guys, thank you so much, this dedicated panel, for tuning in with us as always. Any closeout words that you guys want to add?
Yeah, I appreciate Mikey posting the link because I wanted to verify that I was looking at the right book, and it has the author Roger Connors. So thank you for that. Guys, again, thank you for tuning in. We are building this channel, and we are trying to hit 1,000 subscribers in the next 30 days. So please like, share, comment, pass this out to everybody. If you like what we're doing, if you like the content, if you like our platform, please let the world know. Invite them in and subscribe. Really, really would appreciate it. Also, again, make sure that you check out Nerdy Shirty. That's SHRTY, nerdyshirty.com, and you can get your merch over there. What else we got? That's it. Friday we're starting back up on Clubhouse. So the link and everything will be dropped for that. We are kicking back up our Clubhouse. Saturday mornings where we're going to be doing a morning show. And Sundays we're going to start doing kind of like our own separate it's a separated thing, but it's also for Extraordinary Men as well, and that content will start to come out gradually over time too. So this Friday at 7 p.m. Is it 7 p.m., Mike?
Yeah, 7 p.m.
Central Standard.
All
right, so we have our Clubhouse starting back up, and then Saturday we now have a morning show. So please tune in for those as well.
And we'll follow up more details. Also, I don't know if you guys, for those guys that are tuning in a little bit later, if you see the shirt that Kadeem has on, He is the artistic sector of the Extraordinary Men in more ways than one. He actually designed that shirt that he has on. You want to show him the hat that you designed as well?
It's not bad.
So pretty soon we will be heavily branded in this material,
Yes,
just
sir.
because of the fact that it embodies everything that we stand for. Say, God willing, we have Power Friday due to the impending storm. And, my heart and prayers go out to everybody that's dealing with storms and stuff. And I'm not being facetious because I live in Florida. Obviously, I know what it's like to be snowed in and blizzards and everything like that. I have family in the Northeast and family in the Midwest that will be getting smacked around with the snow. So please do the intelligent thing and get your resources now. Don't wait, don't delay. Make sure that you have a game plan, generators, whatever it is that you need in order to ensure that you can still have lights. If the inevitable occur, there's supposed to be single digits up there. So please take advantage of every opportunity that you have to get hold to resources.
Yeah, all I'm gonna say is we ain't new to this, we grew to this. We appreciate the concern. We're gonna shovel our way out like we always do. And everybody to have a safe holiday. Anybody who needs resources, like I said, if you know me, then you know that we run five offices throughout the city and suburbs, hubs to help everybody get anything they really need. So from employment, I'll provide you with resources to find housing and things of that nature, all the way down to writing to placement. So if y'all need resources, just inbox me. I'll put something on. That's food resources as well, because it's going to be real hard getting out to Sunday. It's going to be hard, especially if you're in the suburbs where they don't shovel. So, and while you're in there, use some time to reflect. Reflect on the year, reflect on your blessings, your failures, and make the next one your best one.
Kadeem?
Thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all could follow me online at Kadeem Born on Instagram. That's on Facebook. Also, that's my website. I also do custom embroidery, custom shirts, so you can contact me. Again, that's KadeemBorn.com, Kadeem Born on Instagram, Kadeem Born on Facebook. Hit me up. Merch will be available very soon. T-shirts, hats, crew necks, hoodies. As time proceeds, you'll see each of these gentlemen. They will be sporting the merchandise, and this will go directly to the funding for Extraordinary Men, so we can keep growing and flourishing on this platform. And soon you will see ads from us coming very, very soon. So thank you for tuning in. Yeah, have a happy holidays. See y'all next week.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, everybody. Thank you guys, as always.
Happy holidays.
And to think this is literally the last time we're going to meet before Christmas. That's cool.
Yes, sir.
All right, enjoy y'all families. I'm on Mondays and Wednesdays, the Dark to Light podcast, fighting the end of child and human trafficking. Thank you for posting that.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
thank you for posting that. Make sure to share that link for those who understand the severity of human trafficking, child trafficking.
Man.
There's some things that podcast is talking about that you might want to hear. This is not conspiracy theories. This is actually things that are verified evidence that are happening. And I do support the fact that somebody's taking a charge in this movement. Please visit this link below. I'll post it up as soon as I am able to, and make sure that you guys are able to check it out. But outside of that, thank you guys for tuning in. Peace. Go home, get some sleep, kiss the baby.
Peace.
Whatever you need to do.
Fellas, y'all have a good night. Merry Christmas.
Same to you.
Merry Christmas.